Hi everyone, my name is Muga Baza, and today I'm going to be presenting about stand tall, shrink small, why our height gets shorter at night. And before we start, did you know that you're actually taller in the morning than you are at night? Well, it might sound like a myth, but it's a real biological fact caused by gravity walking on your body throughout the day. Today, I would like to explain why we shrink a little during the day, what research says about it, including my own experiment, and why this matters in everyday life, from your posture to space missions. So, why do we lose height during the day? Let's begin with the science behind it. Our own spine is made of bones, which is called vertebrae. And between each one are the intervertebral discs, which is the cushion. They act like cushions, and these discs are filled with a gel-like substance, which is mostly water, about 85%. And as we stand, walk, and move throughout the day, the gravity pushes down on us, and that pressure squeezes some of the fluid out of these discs. And as the fluid compresses, our spine shortens just a little bit, but it leads to a height loss of about 1 to 2 centimeters by the bedtime. So, now that we understand why this happens, let me show you the proof behind it. So, I did run a small experiment to test this for myself, and I measured my friend's height in the morning at around 7 a.m. and at around 7 p.m. again at night. And you can clearly see that almost all of them were shorter in the evening, losing about 1 centimeters. And interestingly, the more active someone was during the day, the more height they lost. And NASA also supports this idea. In space, astronauts grew taller, like up to 2 inches. Why? Because there's no gravity pushing on their spine. And one more study I came across is published in 2022 by Rajesh and his team, measured medical students' heights at different times of day and found the same result. Daily shrinkage is real and consistent. So, but why? But why should you care about being a centimeter shorter by dinner time? Let's talk about that. So let's talk about health at first. If you sit for long hours and have poor posture, that can lead up to spinal compression, and that can cause back pain and prolonged back pain, for example. And to change these facts, you can like do stretching or staying hydrated or even standing a little bit more rather than sitting down can actually protect your spine. And in sports, the height it matters. Athletes being measured for competition or team requirements might want to get measured early in the day for the best result and accurate result. And in space travel, when astronauts return from zero gravity, their spines compresses again. So that adjustment can be tough on the body and needs careful planning because when they return to Earth, they really suffer from the back pain. But NASA also introduced some methods and experiments about that to care for the astronauts. So let's bring everything we've learned together. In conclusion, We talked about we lose height during the day because of gravity that compresses the disc and our spine. We looked at the biological reason, scientific evidence, including from NASA and my own experiments, and in real life impacts this has on health, sports, and the astronauts. So, boys, if you want to look taller, measure your height in the morning. And not to worry, overnight, your disc, the intervertebral disc, they soak up water again and rehydrate, and that can restore your height. So even though gravity pulls us down, resting can help us rise again. So, and these are my references. Some of them I searched from NASA's video on height changing space, and one of them is the Rajesh, which is the Journal of Indian Academy of Prosthetic Medicine. And I learned the background of science on Canham anatomy and NHS resources on spine and discs. And I read some prolotherapy insights on disc compression and treatment. So that's about it. Thank you so much for listening.